when I do the for it. I'll be wicked.
Hello, we're live.
Oh, we're here. I doubt anyone will turn up, to be honest.
I don't really give a shit.
The dark cloud is upon us, so it doesn't really matter. So, there's loads I can fill you in about. We can talk about something else.
Whatever you want. Let's see what comes out.
Yeah,
it's been a while, so there's loads we can catch up on.
I mean, there's so much that's gone on. Like I say, everyone got banned. That was a big thing, big attack. And that was just to keep everyone away. And anyone who would come round won't come round anymore because of that. And very specifically targeted people.
Even though they know it was
well, just because they probably think that you're not going to be able to, you know what I mean? It's just like, it just goes off the radar, doesn't it?
Yeah,
that's why they do it. That's why they do it. They don't fucking matter because it'll come back or not, you know. But it just shows, again, I'm all about letting them have enough rope to hang themselves with, so let them show who they are.
Fair enough.
But the thing is, there's not anyone to see it. There's only like me and you and a couple of other people to see it. So you can show them who they are till you blue in the face. But, you know, the universe is... I'll tell you one person who will be watching, though, eventually. Fucking Curia. He'll watch. Because he's obsessed.
Fair enough.
Oh my God, there's a 8-Bit Universe has just uploaded I Only Have Eyes For You in... fucking hell, that takes me back, that. I sung that one for Just the Views. Right at the beginning.
What, karaoke streams?
It was a start of the karaoke. We hadn't done karaoke streams since. We should find the right date for it, the right day to do it. It would be cool at some point when I can be asked. What else has happened? Oh God, I just don't even know where to start. So much. Let's talk about the Mount Narcissus shit that's happened, because we missed out on so much fucking good shit, mate. I didn't bother messaging you because I knew you were busy and shit, but like, did you know that they had all the stuff? They had a fucking 24-hour stream constantly of the Coast Guard.
No.
Yeah, it's all been this week. They had the Coast Guard.
No, I've missed everything. I fell off the world for a bit. So.
Yeah, it was like the testimony and all the evidence and the inquiry and stuff to do with
right, yeah.
It's fucking mental.
No, I've seen some of it pop up, but I haven't really watched anything. Like I said, I fell off the world. So
if it had fallen at the right time, just like when the Mount Everest climbing season just was about to start, that's when they started attacking me. So do it, but like that was that, and then this time round, I was super busy anyway, and they were attacking me, so I wasn't going to do it. But they were doing like it was like 24 hours. Like obviously they weren't, and I don't think it was 24 hours, but like while they were doing the inquiry,
it's been streaming. Yeah,
streaming. And it would have been sweet to have done that. I mean, we can still do that, but other people have done it now. You know what I mean? So we can just look at their videos.
Yeah, true.
But I
haven't seen it. So.
Yeah, I saw bits of it, but I thought I'd save it for when we do it, because there's some right fucking shit in there, mate. Like they found someone's shoe, they found someone's foot.
Oh no!
Found someone's fucking foot.
It's amazing that they found anything.
Yeah, they found some stuff, and it's like cut off at the ankle. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't know how, but that bit didn't get squished, but everything else did.
Well, often, without wanting to go into too much grim detail, it's often in major incidents like that. Often the extremities will survive, like the fingers and the toes and things like that. It's the same in. I don't know if YouTube will like me to say the words 9/11, but it was the same in that. Everything was pulverized except for extremities, and that's all he could. The only thing that they found was, bits and bobs.
Yeah, well, that fucking laser beam coming in from their fucking things up in space. That was a laser beam. What did that?
Either way,
Or a sound beam.
It pummeled down to nothing, and all they found was extremities, because it was like a big grinder. A big grinder. So
I mean, you think about that though, when you're like, the whole capsule was supposed to collapse. There must have been like an air pocket or something. That some bit of it did, like where the pressure pushed out of it.
Well, I mean, it was damaged. You're talking about Titan. It was damaged all over. Like the damage is every time. So.
They only went down with like 3 screws in out of how many they should have had. They just didn't bother putting them in.
And that thing had a limited lifespan, and he knew that. He knew that all along.
In it, it was going down with like, and then there's bits where they do because the first bit that I did watch the bit where they did it was all the messages that had been sent over the time. You know what I mean?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Time scale and all the messages and everything, and then someone had done an animation of what it was doing all the way down while they did that.
Right.
That was really interesting because they were like, the Fisk. I could just think of Wilson Fisk from fucking Daredevil. Was it Daredevil? I don't even know. Or was it the other one? What's the name?
Mm-mm.
I just could think of him, but it was called like the Fisk tank, and they were like, now it's time to deploy that, and they were like, we haven't got it.
Oh,
so they
you're
didn't
joking.
Without shit. They went down without the stuff they needed. They went down without the screws.
Well, they went down full stop when they shouldn't have.
It's horrific when you actually think about it.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's horrible.
Yeah. That's the shit that you can get fucking backed into when you follow the fucking Narc's little breadcrumb trail and you believe it all. That's where you can end up, down the bottom of the fucking sea. I can fucking testify.
Well, I won't be spending millions of pounds on going to see the Titanic anytime soon. So. But I have been the target of narcissists multiple times.
Maybe, I mean, as well, how does it increase with like that sort of scale once it gets into, because I mean now it's becoming way more.
What do you mean?
So like in the past you've got narcissism, and then you've got people with shit ton of money, a bit like the meths out of the Altered Carbon, who live forever and they don't have any, they're like pretty much psychopaths because they just don't have any connection to reality anymore.
So what do you mean that with people having more? I think it's
worse. Is it more like magnified because people who've got more want more, don't they? They always want more. The people
kind of thing that you're going to be sucked into is going to be more epic, but like you've got the kind of people who end up in cults because they're vulnerable to bigger personalities, and they're vulnerable people anyway. And then you've got people that have just got money to burn and they want to do crazy things like, go up mountains.
Yeah. So the actual...
I think it's the reason. But I think the reason that you're going to get sucked in is probably different. I don't think that these billionaires are necessarily vulnerable people. They're more just blind and stupid and led by money. So whereas people that get duped by cult leaders and things like that, or just general, your everyday narcissists, like they're more targeting people that are just either compassionate or they're vulnerable in some way.
Yeah. But where does a cult lead? Where does that stop? Because when you get into, say, Mount Everest, for instance, or even fucking down in with the Titan stuff, like when we watched that video with the other guy, with the Mary Bell or whatever he's called, his Yellow Submarine, like that, it sounded like that could be considered a bit of a cult situation, because you've got
the cult is very specific, like so you can compare the leadership to being cult-like. But a cult
in
itself is very specific. So while the leadership might be cult-like, you can't really call it a cult.
cult-like. But then it's like when you take the thing about a cult as well is that you're taking the person away from their family and all their support network and everything and all that stuff. You're shutting down that connection to everything else.
And breaking them down and
so you take someone up a mountain,
breaking them down and making them need you.
Yeah, well, that's it. We take someone up a mountain, and you're doing the same thing.
I think that the reason is the narcissism then is to do with the person that's chosen to go up the mountain rather than being led by a cult leader. I don't think it's the same thing.
Yeah,
the narcissism is about doing something big and extravagant because you want to be like you want to put yourself you're the the people that think they're the center of the universe and that they're the lead part in their own movie and they want to do extravagant things and they want people to notice. That's a level of narcissism, whereas people that end up in cults are led by the narcissist.
When you look at things like Summit Fever, and you look at that situation with the girl that got sexually harassed, and there was a couple of them who did. Who got attacked. That's one for us to do one day. When I've got more time.
Yeah.
But that what they were talking about was just how dominating that environment is up there and how there is, once you get up there, there's like a crew. Do you know what I mean? And there's a definite pecking order and there's a definite thing going on. And everyone's like trying to compete and trying to be macho. And they don't want to, look bad in front of everybody else. So that's all part of it as well. So where does it stop with the cult stuff when you're up a mountain with a load of blokes who are all legging each other on?
I wouldn't call it cult, but it's more of it's
sect, isn't it? You sected yourself off up a mountain.
It's a psychological effect of leadership and so on.
Oh yeah,
it's a psychological effect of being in that space and then following the biggest personality. And
is that not similar to a cult situation? It's just that the environment.
No, I mean,
it's more being done by humans than.
Well, a cult situation. This really happens over a long period of time. And takes years and months to weed people in, and then and
you could say the same thing, because how long is
it's a shorter period of time, and it's not you're not up there for your entire life. But I mean this.
Some people aren't they?
They don't want the ones that don't come back down.
Yeah. No, this is not my thoughts.
And also, I mentioned to you recently about people that run those correctional camps for teenagers in America without any oversight or anything, and the kind of personalities that do that, and they just get a bunch of teenagers to run it. And that ends up being a similar situation where you've got a bunch of big personalities on the top, like the older teenagers, abusing the younger kids. And so there's a huge level of narcissism with the people that run those things in the first place, because they certainly don't give a shit about rehabilitating teenagers or helping them.
They've just been there, haven't they? They're just kids who used to go there and they just keep going, and that's it.
Yes, yeah. Or sometimes people just join because they hear about it and then end up being like a camp counselor or something. But I'm not saying that every single one of them is like that, but it is a huge problem. And the people that run those things are just complete arseholes. And I don't know, where do you draw the line between just a greedy, money-driven? Is that a narcissist as well? I would say probably. Yeah.
Well, there's similar things going on right at the moment over here. Apparently, there's a big mass. I didn't know about this scandal with the children's homes, where they're just, there's no oversight at all. There's no regulation of it, and it's just random people. I worked for one of them once, and they just. They might have made their living selling tea towels on the fucking car boot for 20 years. And then one day they get enough money and they're like, right, we're going to buy this house. We're going to stack it full of needy children. And we're just going to get...
Is that a thing in Britain?
Yeah, we're just going to get paid by the government. There's no CRB check. There's no fuck
I
all.
didn't know that was a thing
All
in the
their
UK.
family
I thought
names.
that would be like, I thought that would be like really watched
No,
in the UK. Because I can see how it would happen in America. So it's such a massive country.
No, it happens.
So it's hard to have oversight on everything, especially when there's
Even
lots
though
of.
it's so small over here, though, you've got all the different counties, and I don't know if you know.
Yeah, but it's tiny, and like I'm surprised that people get away with that in the UK. I know that within the care system, there's a lot of terrible. Even the legal care system is terrible as it is. Like look at Jimmy Savile. He was
well, they were big organisations, so I'm talking about.
Yeah, but if it's bad within the care system as it is, then
yeah. Well, that's it. But also, it's bad even like with the social workers, like people who I've worked for instance, worked with, and they were sort of mental health people, and they'd come from a different city which was next door to where they were, and this other city was looking after them, but the other people, they could not in 2 years get their asses and out their asses and sort out that person because it happened to be 2 different cities that dealt with it. That's enough.
Oh right, yeah. So it's similar to like the jurisdiction between counties.
Yeah, and then she was in this emergency care environment, which was not suitable for her and was not suitable for the other residents. And she was on, the money that they were spending on keeping her in that specialised unit when that was not her needs at all. It was literally just because there was nowhere else to put her ass because of that place. And so that's what we're talking about. And they're just desperate for rooms. They'll just be like, anyone, is there a room going? Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like some fucking Jimmy Savile himself with his own house. Yeah, I've got a room. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, But yes, to answer your question, Sierra, this is not my daughter. This is my friend Lima. And did you not know? I'm a terrible mother. That's the latest one. I'm a terrible mother. That's
really?
Oh, terrible mother.
Really?
This is coming from a guy. This is coming from a guy, right? So we've got Ron, who is a family man with a wife and kid, who goes around terrorising me in the most vitriolic way you've ever seen, and Vic, and our children, and just went.
Well, I can vouch that you're not a terrible mother. I've seen it in person many times.
And also, I'm a terrible person by these people who are crying about me being a terrible person, a terrible mother, for 4 streams a day, online, all day, every day, because I might come on for a couple of hours at 4 o'clock in the morning, and I'm a terrible mother. But we've got one guy, that's Ron, who's doing that, right? Then you've got Evil, who hasn't even got any fucking kids, who's just hell-bent on this fucking bullshit, right?
You've always put your before everything, I know that.
Yeah, just hell-bent on this bullshit, absolute bullshit. And then you've got fucking Ricardo, who's come to a fucking country and leave his kid in that other country, right? Fair dues, right? But I was not kicking off at him, and now they're the ones always bringing it round.
Oh, they're just clutching at straws and trying to find anything.
That's it. It really is. It's at the clutching at straws stage now. But there's many straws. You see.
What thing can we get at you about? And then it's.
Oh yeah, and it's just really cheap. I was expecting something a bit more, but it's super cheap, right? And that's been what's been so fucking amusing. And wait till I show you some of the.
I think it's really scummy when people bring people's families into things. It's really below the belt.
Yeah, I mean, in this environment, it is a bit different. But in the past, if you were going to. It's people who've literally intentionally brought their kids into things. You know what I mean? I mean, there have been some people who have been, someone went and doxed them and got their kids up and stuff. But everybody like frowned on that, and everyone had a reaction to that. But this time round, because they've just been steadily bringing down standards and doing it so snidely.
Yeah, I think that the limit should be like you talk about each other online if you want to, and diss each other online, but you leave people that aren't. Firstly, you leave children out of it, and you leave people's children out of it, and they're not online, or people's families that are not online. Don't talk about them. Don't talk about them because, that's my personal opinion anyway. Those people aren't online, and they can't defend themselves, and a child can't defend themselves. So
we're all in our personal thing here, and I'm open to this place being limitless. You know what I mean? So for that, that's limitless. That means limitless. But at the same time,
it's kind of
Whoa.
it's basic online etiquette, though. You don't bring people that aren't online into things that are online unless it's to do with something illegal that needs talking about, that is verified and so on.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's different in here. That's what makes it separate and different. You can't just put standards on everybody, but at the same time, you can still have your own standards. And for me, I'm just calling out the fact that these people, they're clutching at straws, but it shows so much about their own worries, their own hopes, their own fears. You know what I mean? Like grabbing on kids and stuff. You can see where the jealousy lies. Like, yeah, I can maintain a life and a child. Yes. Deal with it. Yeah, that's it, Luke. It's our own personal stuff. But I mean, this is that place, and you can't walk in and just be like, no, you know what I mean? Like, it was already like this, but it was never like this. It was like someone would engage in some sort of trolling, someone would engage in a to and fro. It would be a fight, and then it would get into that. Whereas, like here, you've just got, and also people who put their kids out in the limelight, and you're like, well, you fucking should have looked after yourself a bit better. But like in this case, I was hoodwinked by someone who pretended to be someone trustworthy, who got into my life, was ringing me up every day, was interacting with my child, and now he's using that against me. I never had my child on Facebook. I never had my child on YouTube, but that's where he's going with it. But instead, I'm the fucking dickhead for some reason in this environment.
Right.
Yeah. That's my point with it. A similar age, but not quite as old as me.
No, apparently I'm a child.
Because you don't smoke weed like I smoke weed.
I did at one point, maybe a long, long time ago.
I think you've had a few.
I did a lot of other things.
You harm your voice so much, maybe. But yeah, well, my mate who I was talking to earlier, her voice is just as croaky as mine, but she smoked just as much as weed, doesn't she?
I smoked for years.
Maybe it just takes a few years to get it out your system again.
I still smoke occasionally. I used to smoke. I say I used to. It wasn't the last time I did it. Wasn't that long ago. But when you run out of tobacco and you make roll-ups out of an ashtray.
No, never. No, I've never done that.
I've done that within the last 2 years for sure.
Oh no, I would not smoke rather than do that.
Yeah, that's dirty. Dirty.
I told you about that guy. I used to know someone. We used to go out clubbing with him, and he used to come back to ours like pretty regular all the time. In fact, it was my fella's one of his best mates at the time, and he was like, "Oh, you're not chucking all that away, are you?" I mean, yeah. And he was like, leave it. And then we used to have a little fucking Tupperware tub on the fucking balcony outside. Put it all in there. He'd come and collect and on his way home from clubbing and like 2 in the morning. And he'd just come and get it. And I'd be like, there you go. Like, you're welcome to it, mate. Why don't you? No, mate. You need to move on with your life, don't you? Look at you.
As far as I'm
sad bastard, trying to make it all about him.
Your infant child isn't around right now, as far as I know. So.
Right. Well, how come on the other day when we were talking, when I heard the fucking sad boyfriend stream, Eva was saying about how he made up with me like 3 times, mate. And you're the one who pushed it every time because this is your fucking meal ticket, isn't it, love? And you know that without them, you've got fuck all. So every single time it got sorted out. Every single time. There was a time I sorted it out with Ron on fucking Slothams. There was a time I sorted it out with Evils at the fucking Crunch. There was a time, many times we sorted it out. There was a time I put a video out just saying to people, it's all right. I'm not going to take Ricardo's shit. We're still mates. But you got your way in with them in the end, didn't you? Because you've got your desperado vested interest, haven't you? Because for you, it's a matter of fucking life and death. For me, it was just me mates. For you, it's like, this is your fucking life, innit? I earned it, mate. I earned it by just existing and having a life, didn't I? Because all you do, mate, your only attack is that you're on the internet more than me. So fine, you can win, mate. You can be the king of the losers, mate. It's fine. You go ahead and you're showing yourself to be that all the time. And that's why you're hiding. And that's why you're sniping from your little fucking alts and all the rest of it. Anyone who had any fucking balls behind what they had to say, anyone who had any evidence behind what they had to say, any righteousness behind what you had to say, then you wouldn't be skulking around, deleting fucking comments and all the rest of it, would you? Acting like a little fucking fanny, which is what you are. Exactly. Exactly. Words of wisdom there from Dean TV. Yes, yes. My infant child shows what he fucking knows as well, doesn't it? Hey up, Evil Cries. Nice to see you.
Hello.
Nice to see you.
Oh dear.
There is no sniping following you. It's all inside my head, mate. The evidence is there. The clear evidence.
I thought no one was coming today and that it would all be peaceful.
Well, he wants to make it all about him always, and he gets scared when I talk to other people. So he's been, because I went round to buttocks and things like that, he's just over there. He's just over there because he's like, oh no, the drama's moving away from me, and CP is my only fucking source of drama. And if she goes over to those drama people, then oh shit. And then he was like, he could use Dorshin. So he's been using Dorshin up to now. And I've just had to cut off my ties to Dorshin. So I can't go on a panel when Dorshin's on. I've had to block him, because he is, not because of anything against Dorshin, but because he's being used by this guy. And he just absolutely needs to funnel everything into his stuff because it's so fucking lame without it. And all of his fucking, they all don't like you, right? The people who they all don't like me are all his fucking cooks that he's collected up in the last couple of weeks who are from the fucking sub for sub community. Anyone who will fucking have him.
Excuse me, I just burped.
Just keep making your lies up, mate, because it's all there. And don't you worry, I'll be doing my literature review very soon. I've got a 40-minute long song, and I'm going to make 40 minutes. I'm just
40-minute long?
Yeah, well, that song that Creep's Gonna Creep song's 40 minutes long, the full song. Yeah.
Okay, that's
But in that, it's got all these different songs. You know what I mean?
Right, okay. So it's like
our theme tune in it.
Sonata.
It's a sonata. Yeah, it's got our theme tune in it. It's got a different song, and then it's got various variations which have gone on with it, and then it's got a thing for buttocks in it. They're all mixed together in one song. So I'm just going to play the whole thing and just take all the screenshots that I've taken over the time, which is like just loads. I put them all on my own. I've got this little space that I just put things on. I used to go on every morning when they were, and this has been going on for months, when they were attacking me. I didn't used to watch their shit, but I'd go and have a look, and I'd just take a quick print screen, and that'd be that. And I've got them.
Actually, if it's got lyrics, it's not a sonata. It's more of a suite.
A suite, yes. It's an air on a G string, is what it is. It's an air on a G string. It's going to creep. I've been airing it out. See, if you'd have just been like that, Ricardo, we could have had a to-in and fro-in, couldn't we? But you had to be a little fucking bitch about it. And now you're back in tracking and pretending that it's all laughs in it and it's all fun and games when we know it fucking isn't. It fucking isn't, mate. They don't like you. That is not jokes, is it? That's not jokes. That's just you acting like a little child. They don't like you. You're saying the same thing. It's your big thing, honestly, mate. It's their big thing. They're following me around going, they don't like you. Well, I don't even hang around with them, so why does that fucking matter? And secondly, we know why they don't like me, because Tommy doesn't like the fact I can see him. And we know that because it was literally the day that Sam Vaknin smashed his doors in that he decided every single Herbie wasn't going to talk about me anymore. And they all fell in line with him, like Simon fucking says. Oh, yeah. Well, what does that fucking... You've got nothing to do with it, mate. You've got literally nothing to do with it. So why do I give a shit what you think and what you're asking them?
I'm confused as to why this person's here if they don't
Why
like
would
you
why would I believe anything? Of course you're going to ask
That's
them.
a really dumb question, actually.
Right? He has literally come here because he used to send Ocean. He used to send all these people. And this is the last interaction I'm going to give with you, actually, because I've just realised that you're going to do like 4 fucking streams, 4 fucking weeks of food off this because you've been jonesing for it for fucking ages, you ropey old bastard, right? I'll tell you something, right? This is the last interaction you're getting with me because you don't bring any fucking quality to the table. All you're going to be doing is sucking my shit out of my arse. Oh, you don't like me, but you love eating my shit, don't you? You love me, mate. You're always talking about me. You're always following me about. No fucking sniping or following me. I've got the fucking evidence. And then you're going to just say that. And you're like, oh, I'm going to ask them. Why would I listen to your fucking say on anything? For a start, you weren't even there. All you are is an ambulance chasing little fucking pussy to the like that. And most people on the internet have no concept that one something like you could exist in the world. But you are that bad that you brazenly have, because of the small dick energy that came in through Captain N, you used that. And through that, you managed to attach yourself not only to my online relationship, but Dorshin's as well. That's your whole thing. That's your channel. Old games that you play over and over again and talking about other people's old relationships. That's all I need to fucking say, you sad fanny.
I have a question. Is this is the 40-minute opera going to be animated as well?
No, this is not one of those. This is
I've never mentioned your name, person who said that. I don't talk about anyone. I haven't mentioned your name. I might respond with a bit of a sigh when it's mentioned, but besides that, I don't mention anybody.
Oh, he's obsessed with you, but you see here.
I doubt that, but I don't mention anybody. I try to avoid it because I get bored by it.
There's 7 people here, right? And there's only sort of 3 people chatting in the chat, and yet that little dickhead has to write your name, has to tag you. He always does it. He has to tag someone else.
I don't ever log into this. The only time I log into this account is when I'm talking on one of your streams, or on the 1 or 2 times when I've done a stream, and that's it. So I don't notice anything, and I'm not bothered.
Yeah, exactly. So you can try your fucking shit with me. And this is one of the things. There is a Sam Vaknin video that I will do, and it was the one that I watched, which was your role in the narcissist thing, and it was absolutely spot on in so many ways. And I will do a reaction to that. Maybe me and you could do that sometime. Absolutely banging. And
why any of these people think I talk about them. I don't have any interest in talking about any of these people.
No, they don't live in reality. I mean, Ricardo has literally come on here and lied through his teeth on my stream, like literally just lying. You know, he just doesn't. I don't think he sees I don't think he knows the difference. I genuinely don't. At this point, I think he believes a lot of the shit that he says. There's just no way that you could so publicly spout so many fucking lies. I just can't comprehend it.
Well, I've been here when people have been talked about, but I certainly don't bring it up.
No, not at all. Not at all. You're always trying to be like, calm down.
Yeah. True.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's a fat chance.
But we should definitely do that video together. That'd be really fun because it talks about how they go in on all of your friends and how they obsess over everyone in your life. And look at him doing it. He's doing it now. He's doing it, you know, he's coming for that. He's coming because he can't send Ocean in anymore. And now he's having to do it himself. And now he's going to do, like, I swear to God, let's place our bets, guys. What we're going to say, answers in the comments, please. How many streams is Ricardo going to drag out of this? And in that, how many lies are we going to get? Oh, You are joking. I've got it. I've got a print screen from yesterday, mate. Fuck off. Look at him lying again. As if I'm not here to tell you the fucking truth.
I don't want anybody to remember my name.
You just stop saying my name. Revolve yourself. She hasn't. Look at him lying about you now. Honestly, he's such a
I don't
woman
care. I don't want anyone to remember my name. That's why I never log into this account.
Absolute bullshit, mate. I've got print screens to prove otherwise. Absolute, like from yesterday, right? Fuck off, Ricardo. Everyone here knows that's a fucking lie.
I'm never around to say anybody's name. What are you on
Mate,
about?
I wasn't even here when they were attacking me.
I don't watch anybody's streams. I'm never here. In total, how many? I could probably count the amount of streams on one hand what I've done ever. Like maybe less than 10. Like I'm not around. How can I be talking about anyone if I'm not around? What a load of bollocks.
I had about a week, and then I had family shit to deal with, and in that time they just went absolutely mad, and they were like, "Oh, you're having a meltdown," and shit like that. It's like, no, it's just September. The start of September is quite busy, and you wouldn't know, would you? Do you even know whether it's day or night? Do you know what I mean? And you're telling me it's fucking. And now I'm spending too long on the internet, and I'm not looking after my kid, because I've been on someone's stream a couple of times. That's it. I ain't done my own. These guys are unbelievable liars. 9 hours a day, no job, no kid. Indeed. But how many are we going to get? How many drama streams and how many hours? Should we do it by hour? How many hours of drama streams is this sad bastard going to weave out of the fact that nobody wants him here? And he's just in here going, nobody likes you. When actually, mate, who's the one that nobody fucking likes round here? Shall I just remind you of this from Johnny Appleseed right here? Again with the projection, isn't it? Very true. Yes. We've even got the pictures. Oh, look, that's a surprise, though, that. Oh, no, I did show it, you didn't I? Because that's your Christmas present. That picture. Don't listen to him. He's trying to spin you out. He's just trying to spin you out because he's got no respect for you. He did exactly the same thing to me. First off, it's, Lima. Oh, it's all about Lima.
I don't care about any of this. I'm not involved in any of this. I don't involve myself in any of this. I don't talk about any of you. I'm not interested in talking about any of you. And the only time that I might have said anything was the time that I was being thrown under a bus, which I thought was hilarious. I don't think I've ever mentioned anybody's name because I don't know any of you.
Ricardo, your lies are bullshit. You have never been brought up by us.
Well, not by me.
I talk about you.
I don't.
I talk about you.
I don't talk about anyone. I'm just here when other people are being talked about.
And ask me about stuff, and you will get talked about. You are attaching, just like what happened with Slotham. You wanted to be part of the rotation, mate. You wanted to attach yourself to everyone's fucking arsehole. You are nothing without other people's online relationships, past online relationships, because you can't have one. You're all about me being a terrible mother because you can't be a parent. You're telling me that nobody likes me when I'm quite happy in my own space with people who I'm talking to because nobody likes you and you know it. And that is why you have to attach yourself to me for 2 reasons. Well, 3 reasons is that you haven't got anything on your channel otherwise, and everyone knows that you're a boring old fanny, just making shit up. And eventually it just gets boring, doesn't it? You need something else. That's why you need Doshin. Because you need, and the second one is you need a real person in your thing, because it will just float around. There's nowhere to link it up to. There's nothing. That's again why you need Doshin. You need someone to root it into, and you do root him, don't you? You root the fuck out of him. And you need to, and you're trying to root into fucking Lima and me now. You can fuck right, mate.
Not bothered.
You're just a cancer. That's all you are, and you know it. That's why you're so fucking obsessed. That's why you have to come here on the fucking damage limitation. That's why you're manically doing this. I don't manically do this at yours, do I? And you are talking about me constantly. Talking about minding my own business. That's a fucking turn up for the book. Mind my own business. There's another fucking projection from Ricardo here. How many are we going to get? Stop involving Lima on this. Stop involving Doshin on this then. No, Lima was already involved in this. We used to do Mount Narcissism. And then you, my friend, well, wasn't you actually, it was the other guys, but you were used as the tool to do it, decided to shut me down because we did our little narcissism stream.
Yeah, so, but when I do that, we're talking about other things. I don't talk about the community because I don't know about the community. I don't know enough to talk about it anyway.
Mate, they're so fucking unoriginal. Look at you. You've got your one bit of marching orders from Tommy, haven't you? You're just harping on it. You're all doing it. It's so mad, honestly. It all changed, right? So the Herbies in the last couple of days, they all come with the same fucking thing. Yeah. He pulls the sleeves. Pull the sleeves, Ricardo. He's pulling our sleeves right now. Okay, now. Yeah, and he's just trying this shit. So basically, they all come on the same thing at the same time.
I'm not going to respond to it anymore.
Yeah, that's it. They all come around doing the same thing. So I've had Cyan doing it. I've had, obviously, Kuya is the forefront of it, and then you've got, and he's giving them all the marching orders, right? And so now, and you can see it because they all come and they have the same topic. Every single one. I've seen Ron's done it, and now Ricardo's doing it. Nobody likes you. And then when I'm like, I don't give a shit, he's going here. Nobody likes you, Lima. CPE doesn't even care. You know, they were doing it to me up at Slotham's the other day. They were like going, oh, Slotham's not banning us from the chat, but he bans all the other people. Why is he not banning these people? It means he doesn't like you. And it's like, no, mate, it means that we all think you're fucking hilarious and we want to laugh at you. You fucking idiots. Which is why I've not banned Amir, because, oh my God, and that's another thing. That cunt over there, he is just banny. That's all he can do on his channel. But I mean, it might change now because he's going to have his 4 fucking streams worth of drama weaving it out of this. But then you've got like with the rest of the time, he needs to get his supply, he needs to have his control, he needs to do his little fucking pop-up pirate bullshit. And so what does he do? He's just constantly playing with people's melons, doing a bit of a fucking tier system, doing a pecking order. Oh, you ban that person and you ban that person. Oh yeah. You know, and it's all very, very fucked up and cultish. He's not, though. He's just a tool. At the end of the day, he's just a desperate tool. He's just grateful for being included. You know, he was in this place for a very long time before he ever raised his fucking head above the parapet. And the only reason was that he got that influx of energy from Captain N's small dick energy, which then was conduited by evil to be used to his own advantage. And Ricardo was just absolutely gasping for it. Oh, you know what? Fuck yeah. No, actually, I like to see the patheticness of it. I like to see the pathetic. Look at this. Do not do like CPE. Let her say whatever she wants. I never attacked you. We'll say no more. Good. Does that go for me as well? I should hope so. I'm going to take that. You fucking don't say anymore now, Ricardo. You have been trounced and you have been shown to be the narcissistic lying fuckers that you are, and everybody knows it. Why will this not fuck off?
The thing is, I know CPE in real life and we've hung out and we're actual friends. I don't know any of you and I never will. And that's the difference. The reason I'm here is because I'm just chatting with my mate that I know in real life. So I don't know anybody in this community and I never will. But I'm just chatting with my friend. You lot just happen to be here, like, cool, okay. I'm going to be polite to everyone, but I have no interest in being part of any of the drama. I'm happy to listen to it, and I'm happy to kind of chat with it. But me and CP usually just talk. Well, I like talking about the Mount Narcissist stuff, but usually we pick a topic and talk about that. I'm not part of any of this, so I'm not interested. So I don't have any beef with anybody.
Good.
I'm not part of it. So I don't talk about anybody. So don't Please don't think I do. I don't care enough to talk
Look
about
at him.
anything.
He's doing the same thing. This is what they do. They do the same thing back to you. He's a good. This is the big one for it. Repeating the same. Have you got your marching orders, Ron, today? You can come on the panel, Ron, whenever you want. You can come on the panel whenever you want, mate.
I think a lot of people don't realise that we're actual friends in real life, like not just online.
Well, because they don't understand real friendship. They haven't got any friends. Why do I got any friends? This is why he does what he does. Can you imagine acting like this and having real mates? Nah, no way. He's got people who tolerate him at best.
And we don't always agree on everything either. No.
Oh, it's great.
I always back out when the drama stuff's being talked about. I generally just listen or just. I'll say something every now and again, but I'm just not interested enough to get involved.
They say the same shit with me. They're trying to write it like I started this whole thing and attack them when it's all written up and the notes are written, everything's there of how that went down and the time scale. So
they've tried to drag me into it loads of times, but
they're doing the same thing with you.
It's not going to work because I don't care enough. So.
And it was the same thing where they're like saying all this shit, and you're like, no, I've been away. I've not even been anywhere near you. But they'll just, because they're on the internet more, they'll just make lies. So this will probably
log into this account once every 3 weeks or something.
Yeah. And they'll just, they'll just spin that now, for instance, if they've got a reason to, or they think it's going to be of any use to them. I know you don't care, but that's what they'll do. They'll just, next thing you know, next time you come on here, you started on Ricardo. You've been talking about him left, right, and centre. Everyone in the community will believe him as well because he's been on 4 times a day repeating it. And then he's also
back and listen to any streams that I've ever been on. I might have laughed about something, and I might have kind of been in the background, but I've never brought somebody up on purpose. I've never brought anybody's name up on purpose unless it was about bringing them into the chat or if they've been in a live call, like in a live thing. I don't care what anyone says. I log out of this account, and so none of this fucking matters. Like,
I'll take this as read then, Ricardo. So you're not going to make 4 streams about it, right? Then if it doesn't really matter, you don't give a shit then, right? I've got my right to reply, haven't I, for 6 months worth of fucking bullshit that you've been giving me? Yeah, that's fair, isn't it? So fair enough, then I assume that you're not going to be making 4 streams worth of drama out of this threadbare bullshit, which has got fuck all to do with you when you're making it all about you all the fucking time.
What do you mean I want to host a stream first? Sometimes I've hosted a couple of streams. They were
his stream. Yeah, that's right.
I don't know what you mean.
It's like the Sam Vaknin shit. How funny was that?
Anybody else's streams? I only come on here to talk with my friend.
How funny is that? It's just he can't. He has to get everything. There's just no stone unturned with this guy. Just absolute desperation.
If anyone's under the impression, I might have subscribed to other people's channels, but I never watch anything because I don't.
He's made a whole lie about this, about you being his like fucking person. You know what I mean? And there he is going, no one talks about you, no one even cares about you, and he's been fucking saying that you're the basically you came. I know you through him. You know what I mean? And then this is the spin. This is it because it's of use to him. And then you've got like the whole Sam Vaknin thing was so hilarious. Those guys, right? They spent months slagging him off, slagging me off for having any interest in it or any of that stuff because they knew it was scary to them. And then when all that shit kicked off, they just turned on their heel the next minute. And all of a sudden, oh, he's fighting for us now. He's in our gang. We love Sam Vaknin. He's like fucking Albert Einstein. It was the most amazing fucking thing I'd ever seen in my life. These guys have no shame. Absolutely no shame. Apart from when then they fucking saw that next video and Tommy does have shame and he had an injury and then he went in crying for 2 days and then he apologized and then he got all of them to stop talking about me. But they can't not because you've got no chance, mate, with them. No way, especially with Ricardo. I knew this would happen and I said it. I don't think I said it to Vic. I was like, no matter how much, if Tommy wants to shut this down, it will be Ricardo who pushes it. Because he always has. He was never, ever allowed for peace. And that's the difference.
Have I ever? I think I've spoken to Tommy once, right? Think so. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. If
Oh,
I have.
he won't show himself.
Maybe. I
he'll
don't
be in
know. Maybe. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he'll be in the privet, man. Giving them their fucking marching orders.
I can't even remember. Like
He's up
everyone's.
first
I don't
morning.
know. Half the time, I only recognize people if they use the same account names.
First
Otherwise-
time he gets up in the morning, he's straight on my fucking. Well, up until recently, straight on my channel, leaving fucking weird little aggressive comments, and then he deletes them. And that's what he does. That's what he does first thing in the morning when he wakes up. He's been doing that for days. It's fucking ridiculous. This guy is absolutely obsessed. I don't think people realise just how desperate this guy is, and how I know Red Bull knows. But like, yeah, he is nowhere near this cool persona that he put about at all. He loses it so quickly, and he turns into very similar to the Cyan thing. And I'm gonna have to go fairly soon because my kid will be back soon. But I'll just say this one thing that I've been thinking about with this, and I just think there's a massive similarity when Cyan's triggered and when Tommy's triggered, and I do think it's when you resent the amount of control in your life being controlled by women. And I think both of them have women controlling their life. I think that's what it is.
I don't have it. I can't say anything about that because I don't know them well enough. So I don't know them at all. So I don't know. Maybe possible.
Well, I disagree there, Red Bull.
You would know more than I do on that. I don't really know.
He's less of a. He's definitely he's no Ricardo for a lot. And he did try and make it up to me, but again, you know, he's the font. He's the font of all of this, and he's been used by Tommy. I've still got a lot of time for evil, but mate, like, he has behaved like an absolute bell end. And I don't just mean acting like a troll or kicking off or saying nasty things about me or calling me a cunt. It's not about that, and you all know what I'm talking about.
Sweep? What sweep? What sweep? I don't get it.
What sweep?
Did you love sweep? I don't know what I mean.
Who's saying where? I'm missing that. Love sweet.
Sweet.
Where did you say that?
I don't know what it means.
Who are you talking about?
I don't know. Just Dawson posted.
Oh, Dawson, I can't see his comments.
Oh, it says, "Did you love sweep?" I don't know.
Oh, yeah. This morning I was talking to him. No. He was asking me about Sooty and Sweep. Yeah, and I was saying, and he was saying, which one's your favourite?
Sweep from Sooty and Sweep. Everyone loves Sweep, didn't they?
Yeah, Sweep was the best one. Yeah. Yeah, Sweep and Sweep. And I was saying, like, the Blackpool Illuminations have got like a whole fucking road that's just full of Sooty and Sweep.
Have they? Did you go there?
If I go down this autumn, they're open now.
I haven't been to that for years and years.
Yeah, well, if you're ever in the area, let me know and we'll go.
Gosh, I haven't been there for decades.
Yeah, man, it's awesome. Yeah, we go like pretty much like twice a year, in the summer and in the autumn. We haven't been in the summer this year. We went to Wales instead for like 3 weeks. We had a big long one. But I'm wanting to do the illuminations, and if I do, I'll do a little video of the Sooty and Sweep Road if it's still going. It's fun.
Right. Well, I guess we're gonna have to end this now because.
Yes, it won't be long until I'll end it at 1/2 the hour. It's 4:20, everybody.
Hell no, I'm not a Sue kind of girl. No, I'm not more of a Sue kind of girl. Sweep was the best by far.
Yeah, Sue was all right, but she was just annoying, weren't she?
Boring. It's just boring.
Matthew was all right.
Well, he was the puppet master.
And funny. Yeah, he was all right. I was all right. I could take it or leave it, Sooty and Sweep. I was like, whatever.
Yeah, I'm not that bothered, but definitely Sweep. Like Zippy from Rainbow, it was always Zippy was the best.
I don't know. George is pretty good though. No, I like
cool. George was cool. Bungle was a dick.
Yeah. Oh, Bungle was a fucking right simp, weren't he?
He's a
Didn't do anything that
weirdo.
you told him to. Like, yes, Jeffrey, all right, Jeffrey. Weren't it? And then that was Zippy taking the piss out of Bungle. He'd be like, yes, Jeffrey, all right, Jeffrey. That's a fucking privet, mate. Right. Well, has anybody got anything to say in the chat?
Do you think Nubin is suicidal? I don't know who Nubin is. So I can't answer that.
Oh, I kind of guessed that, mate. I hoped it, but I was just like, whatever, you know what I mean? I've not been around and stuff, and I just thought, he's just on it all the time, innit? He's just online all the fucking time. What else are you going to do? There's nothing else. He's made it like that. So I'm just slowly going to build a foundation and build away, innit? Do you know what I mean? And everyone's welcome to come, apart from a couple of notable people who just, again, if you could behave yourselves and not make it all about you and not make fucking stream after stream after stream about these women. Right. Anyway, that's my pumpkin call.
All right, well, in spite of everything, thanks for joining us.
Yes, thanks for joining us, and thank you for coming on for our catch up. And I ended up ranting about Ricardo for
That's all right. It happens.
we
We managed like 10 minutes without talking about any drama. We actually managed to talk about stuff other than the drama, which is,
this is my first.
It's a change. I don't think we've managed that in a while.
And just in case you're wondering about Lima's welfare, we do have a chat beforehand, which is not all about this.
Yeah, we always have a catch up beforehand.
Exactly. So this is all it is, guys. Just because they always come on, oh, you fucking putting it all on Lima. That was his thing last time.
We have a chat and then we go, shall we stream? And then we stream.
Ricardo doesn't care about.
And I always attempt to not talk about the drama, but it often goes that way, and it's fine. I can deal with it.
No one mentions your name, Lima, but yeah, we were fucking going on about it enough last time.
I can deal with it. It's fine. I just log out and then it's all gone again.
The only reason I took your wrench off you, Red Bull, and I really didn't want to, was because they were still banning him. And I didn't know who it was. I just didn't know who it was. So now there's just Vic and Buttocks and Lima. And it's like, we'll see what happens. I'm not blaming you or anything. And even if you did, it's fine. Because I said anyone can ban everyone. But when I looked at who had been banned, it was very specific. And it wasn't just Ricardo and the Herbies. It was like anybody. And I'm not saying this was you, but this was coming from the people who I had as trusted mods. And this is after I'd got rid of those guys and all the rest of it.
You had to get rid of everybody to kind of figure out.
People they'd picked were very specifically people who didn't give me hate. Anyway, my kid's here now. I've got to go. See you later.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.